Well, of course, just to remind everybody, there's no official confirmation just yet of Anthony Weiner's resignation, just a report in the New York Times that he's planning to resign. But in terms of the background, a couple of lewd photographs appeared on the Congressman's Twitter feed. He denied that was him and said he'd been hacked, but it eventually came to light that he'd been having multiple inappropriate online relationships with a number of women over about 3 years. Now, there are some more bits of detail coming through as this story is breaking. Number of news agencies reporting that he actually called Nancy Pelosi and Steve Israel, two top Democrats, when they were at the White House Congressional picnic last night, to inform them that he was going to resign. Apparently, according to the New York Times, this decision was made after a long discussion with his wife, Huma Abedin, who just happens to be a top aide to Secretary of State Hillary Clinton and is also pregnant with the couple's first child. She arrived back in the country yesterday after travelling to Africa with her boss.
What impact might this have on the party?
Well, the party moved very quickly to distance themselves from Anthony Weiner's actions. I mean, he came clean very quickly himself after the initial lies. He stood up in front of the world's press and said, yes, that was me. I've made all these mistakes. I've embarrassed my family. I've embarrassed myself, but I'm not going to resign. Then very senior Democrats came out and said, well, actually, he should resign. He's a distraction. We've got very important things to do. The president said exactly that and then said as well, if that were me, I would resign. At the same time, the House Ethics Committee was due to start a preliminary investigation to see whether or not he'd broken any rules. And I guess the sense really is that this whole thing had reached critical mass. And the pressure was just too much. It was just too embarrassing for Congressman Weiner reportedly to continue, which is why, according to the New York Times, he has decided to resign.